Yesterday, you read about the Statue of Liberty in the New Colossus, and today you'll be reading a poem called Ellis Island, which is kind of also about the Statue of Liberty in a way, or its next door neighbor. So, Ellis Island is the island right here behind the Statue of Liberty, and it was a place where in the late 1800s, early 1900s, immigrants came through, especially from Europe, and were processed there. Um, it was a main processing station for immigrants in that time period. And sometimes they were quarantined if they had come from a place where people were sick in the country where they came from. And now it shut down in 1954, but you can go and you can see all of the records of people who came through there because they have big books, and a lot of people who are interested in their family history will go and trace it there. So now it's like a tourist destination. This poem is about Ellis Island, and it was written after the island actually closed. So it's written by this man named Joseph Bruchac, and you can see here that he is part Native American, and he published his first book of stories in 1975. So that tells you that this poem is written after Ellis Island closed. Knowing that he's Native American is incredibly important for this poem. So the biggest thing that I want you to know before you start reading is what the Circle Line ship is. So the Circle Line ship is like one of those tourist ships where you can go and they'll take you on a tour, and usually there's somebody on a loudspeaker who will tell you a little bit about what you're seeing. It's a sightseeing cruise, basically. So it goes through the New York Harbor in Manhattan, and it would show you the Statue of Liberty, and it would show you Ellis Island and tell you facts about it. So this speaker is visiting Ellis Island, not as an immigrant. So he's not coming to America through Ellis Island. He's visiting it as if he were you or I visiting it. Obviously not right now because COVID, but he's just kind of like on a sightseeing tour. So he says, like millions of others, I too come to this island 9 decades the answer of dreams. So for 90 years, people came here to this island, but he is not coming as an immigrant. He is coming as a visitor. And then this is where the Native American part comes in. So he says only part of his blood loves that memory. Part of his family was Slovak. So part of them came from Eastern Europe as immigrants. They came, during quarantine. So they had come from sickness and they needed to be quarantined so that they didn't spread sickness into the country. It would be like if somebody came from one state into another state and there was a lot of COVID in their state. So then if they came back to wherever state they were, they would need to quarantine. So part of his family is Slovak, but part of his family is Native American. So he's part Native American. His native part is not going to be as excited about immigration as his Slovak part because as white settlers came here, they pushed back those native people who were already on the land. And he kind of has that conflicting European native, two sides of him feeling two different things. So that should hopefully help you as you answer the questions in this poem. You'll do, reading 1 is just the structure. Reading 2, any words that you don't know. Reading 3, those are those literal questions where you look through the poem for the literal answers. And number 4 is what does it mean? So what are some of the conflicting emotions that are going through the poem? What parts of this experience are positive? What parts are negative? If you have any questions, reach out and let me know. Happy to help you. You can email me. You can set up a Google Meet. I can help you however you need.